Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Brain Cancer Diaries. For those of you who saw the last episode, the bummer episode, don't worry, I'm actually not as depressed as I may have come off in that. In fact, I'm doing pretty good. It's a little case of life giving you lemons, and you know what they say, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. You might be asking why it's pink lemonade. Well, that's because maybe there's a little blood in it. Enjoy the episode. Hey guys, my name is Rudy. I'm a brain cancer endurer, survivor, whatever you want to say. Anyway, and this is Brain Cancer Diaries. And this is about my journey to recovery, finding deeper meaning in life, and so forth and so on. I talked to some people about their experience, and I've learned a lot along the way. I hope you learned some things too. Some of it's serious, some of it's fun. But anyway, hopefully it's always interesting.
Apparently I'm dehydrated.
Thank you again for agreeing to do this. The reason I want this episode, I don't know if you saw the bummer episode, but a few people wanted to put me on suicide watch after it. So this is kind of the follow-up of just sort of, I'm calling it the lemonade episode, and I figured who better to talk to about putting on a good face as best as you can in the face of a giant bucket of crap than you, because you are one of the most extra people that I know, with your fascinator in your hair and all that.
I know that if I show up to work and if they saw like how I really feel and the pain, and oftentimes when I wake up in the mornings I'm crying, and how long it takes me to get ready in the mornings, that if they see that, it would really scare them. But then on the other side too, when I show too good of a face, then they're often wondering, is she really ill? Is she really this? And so I do win Oscars every day because I can change my voice, because I think with other people that deal with chronic pain issues and chronic fatigue, you can hear it in their voices and you can see it in their eyes. So if people really, really look hard enough, they'd be able to see it, but they don't. So therefore, I have this mask on, and so I'm really only showing them what I want them to see, because that can be really dark. Like all of this joy and, extra, winning Oscars, it can also get really dark very quickly. And so a lot of people cannot handle that because they don't know how to deal with, big and clear, sad, suicidal thoughts. And most people wouldn't even dream that I actually have had suicidal thoughts. But I've had a lot of therapy over the years, and so my coping skills are actually better than I thought they were. I now know how to recognize when I'm starting to fall into a depressive spell. I'm getting better at recognizing that I still don't know this body. I still feel like I'm in a stranger's body, but as certain things start to become a little more predictable, I'm able to figure out when I'm starting to slide down that dark hole.
Okay, last thing, it's a little bit of a loaded question, because I know it's kind of, some people don't even like the phrase. Like I said, I'm calling this the lemonade episode, from the phrase, life gives you lemons, make lemonade. I mean, what's sort of your gut visceral reaction to when people say stuff like that? It's like, oh, you're in an awful situation, make the best of it. Hey, all right, I'm going to go away now. I don't have cancer.
Yeah, I want to smack them in the face because life is hard for a lot of people on a lot of different levels. It's just taking it like 15 minutes at a time, which is essentially what I do. Because sometimes it can be overwhelming to even think in an hour, at a time. And that's kind of what I do when I'm at work and things get really stressful. And then when I come home and other stuff is stressful, I just take it. I'm like, you know what? In the next 15 minutes, I'm just going to like focus on this. And that's it. And then not get mad at myself either for not being able to, think ahead or not get mad for even feeling overwhelmed. Because strong people, they also break as well. Like we can't be strong 24/7.
I put a gun to my head each time I write you. I think about, if this is the last thing I ever did, what would it be that I could give? What words could help you live? Would it be a confessional to my ancestors, to be read at my funeral, to be stored in a cedar box, found in 100 years, stored with fading photos? The gun always demands fire. You have one more day to get it right. One more day to seek the light. I often wonder if I ever face my maker, what will I say? I tried, I searched, I went in circles seeking patterns. I found beauty in the mystery, I found awe, but I lived mostly in my head. I did little before I was dead. What truths did I live by? Did I find anything new? Did I love more than I inflicted pain? Did I poison my body? Did I give myself cancer? Am I poisoning you? Did I plant seeds of hope? Did I help you feel the infinite inside my search? Did I dig deeper than the day before? One imaginary bullet to the head is all I have to give, for that is what forced all of this, to keep me moving, to keep us both hoping, to keep the search alive, so that I might one day meet you on the other side.
Okay, so maybe the lemons to lemonade sort of saying isn't really the best, but you still kind of got to keep moving forward, or in my case, backwards. Basically, I just wanted to check in with you because you're obviously someone that I look to as a sort of mentor, kind of like a team captain, sort of, just because, you've went through the worst of yours a few months ahead of mine, and you've gone on to do quite a few remarkable things, whether it's speaking or scaling heights and of mountains and things like that. And sort of like, I think like me, you're a fairly physically active person prior to diagnosis, and then went through a very rough time, and it's sort of hard to adjust to the sort of the new you, so to speak, who can't quite do things, but you have the same burning desire to do certain big goals, but your body doesn't always cooperate. So I just want to talk to you about how you stay motivated to kind of keep on track and do things that bring you personal happiness.
For me, always having that next goal lined up is really important. If I haven't got something planned, then life just becomes a bit unbearable at times, and you kind of get into a bit of a rut with everything. So so I've actually hooked up with somebody else who is the ambassador for one of the charities we're fundraising for. She used to play for Liverpool Football Club ladies team, so she's had a bit of a change in career direction, and she's also looking for a challenge herself. So yeah, that's our next plan. In terms of what keeps me motivated, I was thinking about this before, and I think it's a big fear of letting other people down, whether it's my family, friends, other patients, that I've got to know. And I kind of think, if we can all keep each other going, that's great. And often it just takes, even for me, to see somebody else getting out there and doing it, and that's enough just to sort of make you push yourself a little bit harder. But I think most importantly, I don't want to let myself down. I'd hate to sort of spend the day in bed and think, I could have done X, Y, and Z today, and I haven't done,
I know for me, it's like, that doing all this physical stuff is sort of, I guess the question is why, and like for me, it's like, I do feel like there's a sense of control, like it gives me a sense of satisfaction, like I have not been completely conquered by this awful physical thing that happened to me.
Yeah, I'm not one to be beaten by anything, I never have been, and for me, I know early on after my diagnosis, when you start to meet with other people and consultants, and a lot of people start talking about a new normal that you're going to experience, and you'll soon get used to it and what have you. I hated it. I hated every time somebody said, "Oh, you'll get used to a new normal." It just made me feel physically sick, because I thought, I don't want a new normal. I quite like who I am already. So if I have to have a new normal, my new normal is going to be better than the old one. And I think that for me is what motivates me on those days that I don't want to get out of bed.
So one of the things that really makes this lemonade thing kind of not quite sit right is that, it's just so much more complicated than that. It's kind of like Megan Claire was saying, it's so many bad things can happen and throw you off and affect you so many ways. It doesn't matter if it's like a job or a relationship or whatever. It's hard for me to find the bright side of friends dying or being near death from this horrible set of diseases. It's hard for me to find a bright side for me having to do a lot of work just to be at baseline. Case in point, every day. Megan Claire says it takes her 2 hours to get ready. I believe that, because it takes me quite a while to get ready in the morning as well. And then on top of that, during the course of the day, I have all this to do, even on rest days. What is this? This is a home workout program checklist that I put together from my physical therapy. Has different sections and a lot of different activities for me to do every single day. You know what? There's still a lot more to go through on this, but I still gotta do this every day, just so you know. That's kind of like the whole thing that I go through. So try doing that and enjoying a nice tall glass of lemonade. It's just not. It's a complication for sure. So anyway, you know what? One thing I found is that if I kind of do some of these Rudy style, it's not quite so bad. So anyway, what do I mean by Rudy style? It's just sort of adding a little bit of my own personality into this whole nasty equation.
This is a legend that I wrote. This is what the legend is about.
Yellows, please.
Okay, here are legends of
Okay, so when I'm brushing my teeth, I'd like to play a game called Stand the Toothpaste Up on its End Properly and see how many takes it takes. Watch me with my right hand. Pretty good, right? Right off the bat. Left hand. Hey, so for those of you who have been following me in other social media venues, you'll know that sometimes I sing while I'm talking to help improve my diction. Saturday in the park, it must have been the 4th of July. But I also take advantage of this time to maybe reminisce a bit. Those of you who follow me also know that I used to play in a lot of different bands of various musical genres when I was much, much younger, of mixed success. Anyway, I thought it would be fun to share with you one of the first songs I ever wrote and performed in. I was 19, so this was almost 30 years ago. Anyway, it's a pretty catchy tune. Figured it'd be the least offensive of some of the stuff I've done over the years. But anyway, enjoy. They'll say I'm not cool. To myself, I got a hobby, never do. Here's the truth that in every day that I need to make it through the day. When me covers myself, I play it him, I'm on him. Hobby, I play it too bad. Hobby, I play it too bad.
Say something.
Hey, poo-poo butt.